Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Wrestling podcast. Here today to discuss about the WWE Smackdown January 16, 2026 review. I'm going to make this short and sweet. First off, we had the announcement that Cody Rhodes is going to be in the Royal Rumble. There was a supposed statement by Drew McIntyre to kickstart the show that in that contract that was involved with the 3 stages of hell, if Cody ended up losing the title, he would have to start from the bottom and work his way back up to the top to earn his right to challenge for the WWE Championship. There was no rematch clause, so he cannot challenge for a rematch for the WWE Championship, and nor was there any statement made by Nick Aldis as to what occurred during the match for him to get a rematch anyway? So this is not going to happen. So the rumors might be true. We may not see Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. We may see Cody trying to earn his right into the WWE Championship opportunity going into WrestleMania, which could also lead to a heel turn, more than likely, I would imagine. I would hope so. I mean, at this point, what the fuck are we doing? I did notice a few bit of changes in Cody Rhodes' facial expressions when there was boos raining upon him in the middle of his promo tonight when he announced that he was going into the Royal Rumble match itself. I'm also going to put it out there, guys. If Braun Breaker is not booked to win this match, we go with Cody Rhodes trying to win the Royal Rumble and not just winning the Elimination Chamber. I am done with this fucking company. If we go with Cody Rhodes, we go with Roman Reigns, we go with any of this garbage, I am not watching this shit no more. I will not. I don't care to. I will be okay with Braun Breaker winning. If Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble, then you guys will continue to see the reviews on this channel. If they do not, and they go with their tried and true, like a Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes, I am not watching this shit no more. I have no care in the fucking world to continue to keep watching this shit. I will watch other wrestling promotions and review their shit. At least it ain't political bullshit. I don't feel AEW is so damn fucking political. I mean, granted, I wish Tony Khan would be a little bit more of a boss. I will admit he is not really a boss. He's more of a mark who supplies the money to provide this shit to its audience. But at the end of the day, he's not really a boss, which he needs to change that attitude. Will he? Probably not. But at least we get other people on the main event scene. We see a variety of different people. It ain't the same try and true. I think we're going to see Brody King into the World Championship picture. Will it be done correctly? Probably fucking not. Neither. Look, bottom line, guys, at the end of the day, if you're watching pro wrestling simply because you're just a pro wrestling fan, I get it. But if you expect any creativity from either one of these companies, shit, even fucking TNA even at this point, because from what I've heard from other people's thumbnails, they were not impressed with TNA's fucking debut on AMC. They were not happy with it. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the whole thing. I was trying to watch it live on TNA Plus, because they allow you to watch it on TNA Plus as well live, and there was some sort of error going on with that, so I'd have to watch a replay of it. But I haven't looked at the results or anything, but I did get a chance to watch a replay of it for the first 30 minutes on my lunch break today. And the Hardy Boys were kickstarting the show off with, I believe it was Elias, known as Elijah now, in a 6-man tag team match with the Order 4 or some shit with Mustafa Ali. And it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, Okay, good, great, wonderful, whoop-de-doo. I mean, you had Solomonster, Jason Solomonster shitting on it. You had JD, I believe, shitting on it. There was some other YouTubers that were shitting on it. And if you guys are expecting any of these wrestling promotions to give you any remote entertainment, be saddened, because you're going to be. Do not expect creativity from any of these companies. But at least they can book new stars. You know, get some new faces in the main event scene. Give us something new and fresh. Try to gamble a little bit. Do something. For God's sakes. This show tonight, I gotta admit, guys, was not a successful show. Was there some good stories? Yeah, I'll admit. Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes. I like the little heat they were building, but still, this story is kind of fucking stupid. Like, why is Cody blaming Jacob Fatu? Jacob Fatu was attacking Drew McIntyre in the middle of a steel cage match because he believes that Drew McIntyre was the guy that attacked him backstage before he was taken off of television. This made Cody Rhodes look so fucking stupid in the middle of a WWE Championship match. I'd have to admit, steel cages are probably by far the worst fucking matches, at least in WWE's case. AEW, I'd say they do it a little bit better, but not by much. I did like their original steel cage, where it was like the Hell in a Cell type of steel cage with no roof on the top, and it was still technically a steel cage. You had to win by pinfall or submission in the middle of the ring, and nobody could get in. There was no door for anyone to get involved. They'd have to literally climb the cage, which would still be able to break the whole point of the fucking cage match, but still, at least there was no fucking door. If you left the ring, you left the cage, you lost by forfeit. I liked that concept. I thought that concept was unique, and they utilized the cage very well. WWE didn't utilize the cage for shit. The cage is useless in this fucking godforsaken company. So I don't know, guys. I honestly am kind of disappointed by all this. I mean, this fucking cage match that they had in the last stage of the hell, 3 stages of hell, was just fucking garbage. You have Cody lose because Jacob Fatu's attacking Drew McIntyre. Bro, you're in the middle of a fucking championship match. Climb the fucking cage and get out. I said this last week. No, instead he stops Jacob Fatu, and he also attacks him on top of it. How is that fucking logical? It is absolutely stupid as fuck. Drew McIntyre, just for that stupidity alone, deserved to win the fucking belt. Because Drew knew what to fucking do. He took advantage of that shit and he hauled ass and got the fuck out of there. And that's what Cody should have done in this match last week. And I feel like him blaming Jacob Fatu is absolutely fucking stupid. Take some fucking accountability. This makes Cody look like a bigger ass than he was during the fucking match last week. He took no accountability. His attitude is, I'm gonna kick Jacob Fatu's ass. Really? What the fuck reason did you have to attack Jacob Fatu outside of the fact you're the guy who fucking attacked him originally? That's all this shit is telling me, which, by all means, go for it, man. I was predicting this and thinking this is the way to book this shit. Sami Zayn goes on to the Royal Rumble in his home country and wins the WWE Championship from Drew McIntyre to ultimately go with Cody Rhodes turning heel and winning the WWE Championship from Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. No Rock bullshit, none of that shit. You have him go on. He goes ahead. He does what he has to do. Wins the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes wins the Elimination Chamber. Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble. And off to the races we go. Hopefully we get a Roman Reigns introduced into this. And maybe Roman Reigns and CM Punk go after the world title. I doubt that's going to happen. I don't know where Roman Reigns goes into all of this. But he's going to have something set up big. Maybe none of that happens. Maybe Roman Reigns wins the Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes ends up coming up short again. He has a rivalry with Jacob Fatu into the WrestleMania match, and he just has a grudge match. We later find out that he was the attacker. I don't know. Like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, they could go that route. And Drew McIntyre goes into WrestleMania defending it against Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. And Roman Reigns ends up getting screwed by The Rock, and Drew walks out of WrestleMania with the WWE title. I would be perfectly fine with that. Drew walking away, WrestleMania World Champion in Las Vegas? Fuck yeah, sign me up. I'll pay for that shit. I'm all for it. I'd be down for that. Braun Breaker versus CM Punk in the World Championship match. Make that for night one. There you go. Give Braun Breaker his W and move him along into the main event scene. I'd be perfectly fine with that too. But Braun Breaker better be winning the Royal Rumble. There ain't nobody on this fucking Royal Rumble card needs to win the Rumble more than Braun Breaker. We need somebody fresh and new into the main event scene that's going to take WWE into the future. If we ain't getting that, I don't give a fuck about this product anymore. You gotta stop going to your try and true stars that you already got established. It's time to establish new people. It's time to get out of this rut with these fucking old fuckers that we've been around forever. Roman Reigns is in his early 40s. Cody Rhodes is in his late 30s going into his early 40s. CM Punk's in his mid 40s. He's 47 fucking years old, man. He's got 3 years till 50. He says he wants to wrestle till he's 50 years old. Good for him. He doesn't have to be the world champion while he gets to that age. The fuck out of here, bro. His reign as world champion has been shit. In all honesty, you booked a fucking match for the Raw episode. Braun Breaker should have been walking out as world champion. But if you really wanted him to win at WrestleMania, why make him suffer an L going into the Royal Rumble? It looks so stupid. I said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll say it forever. Braun Breaker should have never had this match with CM Punk 2 Mondays ago if he wasn't going in to win. If he wasn't going to be planned to win, the match should have never took place. We should have just pushed this till WrestleMania and had him win the Royal Rumble then. Because now he just looks like he's 50-50 booked. But, you know, Triple H doesn't care to build new stars. That's why if he goes to Cody Rhodes or fucking Roman Reigns to win this Royal Rumble, I am fucking done with this shit. If Sami Zayn is not facing Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble match itself, and he's in the Royal Rumble and he happens to win, even with the fact that there was not enough story built throughout the year of 2025 and it was hot 1 minute, cold the next, I'll still take it. At least it's somebody new. At least I could believe that maybe Sami Zayn will walk into WrestleMania and win the world title. But you going forth with the idea of fucking Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns? Nope. Not for me anymore, pal. It's time to move along with somebody new. I told my friend Matt 87 Eagle, man. I said, this fucking company goes beyond, it doesn't go with Braun Breaker or Sami Zayn at Royal Rumble. I'm not fucking watching this shit no more. He laughed. He said, I don't believe you, man. I think every time you say that, you never do it. He's right. I won't lie. I have said it before in the past, but there's been times where I've said it and they don't do what I said they shouldn't do, and they don't do it. Now, if Braun Breaker happens to win, then the reviews of WWE will continue on this channel. But I'm dead set on this. This guy does not win. I'm done. I am tired of this political bullshit. I am tired of WWE not pushing stars where fans react to and care about. People care about Braun Breaker. They want to see him be successful, whether he's a heel or a babyface. I don't care which. I just want to see the man win. I want to see him win the world title. He should have won on the Monday Night Raw episode if that's what you were planning on doing, booking him for that fucking show. He didn't need to make a comeback story. He's a fucking heel, for God's sakes. He doesn't need a comeback story. Did you see what he did this past Monday? Fucking terrorized everybody in the fucking ring. Does that man look like he needs a comeback story? Get the fuck out of here. He's a fucking killer. This guy should be fucking kicking almost a 50-year-old man's ass. Not losing to him. Get the fuck out of here. Absolute fucking bullshit. Match should have never happened, or he should have just won. That's all I have to say on that subject. Let's get started with this fucking review so I can get done with this shit and get ready to go to work tomorrow, because I got a 6-day work week. Because my company's a fucking bunch of jackasses that need to work me on a Saturday once a month. Alright, anyway, let's move along here. They do a video package of the whole fucking thing of the 3 stages of hell, which wasn't much of hell at all. It was more like just fucking bullshit of good wrestling, and that was it. Anyway, Drew McIntyre comes out to a big reaction. And first thing he says is, I prayed for this, and it happened. And then he gets, you deserve a chance from the crowd. And Drew knows it's been a few rough years in UK, but if anyone can bring them together, it's their undisputed WWE champion, the first ever British WWE champion. Another chant from the crowd as Drew shows his appreciation for all the love he's getting. And before saying screw you to all of them, he says he's not doing the bad guy wrestler bit. Seriously, screw you. Fucking loved it. Where were you when I was fired? Where were you when CM Punk kept screwing me over? You all were cheering him on and yeeting with Jey Uso and when Cody and his crooked refs screwed me. Where were you? This gets the crowd riled up as they chant CM Punk and yeet, while Drew says the only person he's going to thank is himself, as he should. This all makes perfect sense. The crowd didn't give a fuck about him. I gave a shit. I think Drew has been getting the royal stick up the ass, to be quite frank. This gets some chants from the crowd as Drew continues saying that he's gone over the contract, and since Americans can't read, he'll tell Cody what it says. There will be no rematch. Cody has to start from the scratch like everyone else. The era of the vanilla QB1 is over, and the unpredictable, dangerous Drew era begins tonight. Before he can get any further, however, Randy Orton makes his way out to the crowd singing his theme. We see him chanting with a young fan in the front row before getting into the ring, where he gets a microphone of his own. Drew assumes that Randy's out here to congratulate him, but Orton says he and all of these fans know they don't like each other, so no, He is not out here to congratulate him for being the new champion. He reminds Drew that when he had the chance to kick his head in through the announce table, he declined. But when Orton has the opportunity, he won't hesitate to invoke the 3 most dangerous letters in wrestling, RKO. Curiously, out next is Jacob Fatu, who confronts the new champion. He shoves Drew, and that sends the champ through the ropes and to the outside as Randy looks on with a smile. But not for long, as Miz blindsides him with the skull-crushing finale. We then get the match for to crown the number 1 contender tournament to find the final 4 guys that are going to be at Saturday night's main event in a fatal 4-way match. Which, by the way, guys, I'm not going to be watching that live. I'll be giving you guys that review the next day, or possibly on Monday before Raw goes on the air. Because I am interested in watching the NFL playoffs. Fuck wrestling, honestly, at this point. So anyway, Randy Orton, of course, is going to win this match. I don't know why The Miz keeps getting opportunities and continues to keep losing like crazy. Like, nobody fucking cares. Now, there's a hinted rumor running around that Drew McIntyre might defend the WWE Championship in a triple threat match against Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. Now, if that match takes place, I mean, that's different. I mean, it's aside of the fact that we've already seen Drew and Cody wrestle, but Jacob Fatu added to the mix makes it a little bit more interesting, and maybe, just maybe, we might see Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu actually win those world titles. If that was to occur, that would change my mind about WWE all around. Jacob Fatu has been known to be a dominant world champion in MLW, Major League Wrestling. And Braun Breaker, shit, he's been proving time and time again that this guy's a fucking killer. He's a believable world champion. He's a guy that deserves to carry the championship on his shoulder and carry Monday Night Raw on his fucking back. The guy is fucking fantastic. He doesn't need the fucking vision. The vision is him. That's all there is. There's no Bronson Reed. There's no Logan Paul. There's no nothing. The vision is Braun Breaker. That's the future. Bronson Reed, maybe. Logan Paul, that's just going off of his YouTube glory and what he's done successfully on his own. So I wouldn't even lump him into the future of WWE. Could I imagine him possibly winning the world title? Unfortunately, to tell you all, yeah, I can imagine him at least winning it once. And having a run with it for like maybe 3 to 6 months. Maybe a year. God help us all if that happened. I think we'd all fucking want to pull our hair out of our head. But at least it's somebody different. That I'll give them that. If they go with Logan Paul and they want to go that long, I mean, it is kind of a stretch. I don't know how long that's going to last to keep people interested outside of wanting to see Logan Paul get his ass kicked, which might keep it long enough for people interested. But for how long, I don't know. But Braun Breaker is the future. He's the vision. He's what the whole thing is all about. Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker should have been the only thing going on. Nothing else. And that's all I have to say about that nonsense. But yeah, Randy Orton wins, celebrates as we cut backstage where Drew is confronted by Dragunov, who talks about not fighting like a sane man as he looks to beat Sami Zayn to take one step closer to a shot at the WWE title. Drew says sure. He looks forward to bashing Dragunov's teeth in before rushing away and Dragunov just smiles as we find out that we will see what went down with Solo Sikoa last week when we return. Oh, whoop-de-fucky-do. This whole thing between Solo Sikoa, the MFTs, and the Wyatt Six is absolutely ridiculous. So we get a look at Solo Sikoa stealing the lantern of Uncle Howdy last week. Moment obviously meant to be presented to you by Progressive, whatever. Anyway, we cut to a vignette from the Wyatt Six as Uncle Howdy talks about its purpose. Now, I don't know what the fuck the purpose was. I mean, it's their way of helping them get through the darkness with the light of the lantern. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here? I gave better fucking explanation of why that damn lantern means so much to them than they did in this fucking promo tonight. It's a symbol of Bray Wyatt, his brother. It's valuable to him. It means something to him. Without it, it feels empty. The faction feels empty. And that's the fucking truth. Without the fucking lantern, the fucking faction feels empty. Uncle Howdy carrying that lantern around is a representation of his brother, Bray Wyatt. Without it, it's just Uncle Howdy and the boys and girl. That's all it is. It's not Wyatt Six. It's not shit. I find it absolutely fucking ridiculous. Their explanation was it helps them get through the dark. This is what they had Bo Dallas say in this fucking promo. When they introduced them back on the WWE television, it was fucking great. And then they threw it off the rails. They started off on Monday Night Raw. They were exciting. They were entertaining. And then like 2-3 weeks later, they were fucking garbage. Unfucking believable. How do you fuck that up? Outside of you just don't know what to fucking do with them. Here's an idea. Let them do their fucking thing. Let them come to you with ideas of what they have in mind and let them fucking do it. See if it works, and if it don't, then tell them no, this is not working. Let's try something different. I don't understand this company. That's something I do like about Tony Khan. He allows his wrestlers to sell their stories. He lets them come up with ideas. If he likes the ideas, he lets them do it. Now, these spots he allows them to do are fucking outrageous. I think it's absolutely asinine and insane. He shouldn't allow these guys to be doing this kind of shit. They're endangering their health. They're endangering the company's roster. They're endangering the storylines that they could be a part of that could end up being good if you actually put fucking effort into it. But of course, like every other wrestling promotion today, there is no effort in the fucking idea how to tell a story anymore. I mean, let's be honest, movies aren't that great either. What the fuck is great about movies these days? They have no stories. And if they do have a story, they fuck it up in the end. They waste your fucking time for 2 hours. You sit in a movie theater, you watch it, you spend an outrageous, inflated price for movies that back in the day you could get for dirt cheap and that were 10 times better than shit we watch now. And this shit's no different. Wrestling is no different than the movies. Wrestling used to be great. It used to be able to tell a story, whether it was inside of a ring, outside of the ring, cutting a promo, building a character, getting you invested in the character they're portraying. All that shit. They don't do any of that here in wrestling. They don't do it in the movies. They don't do shit. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. It really is. And this vignette was terrible. It explained nothing to me. And all their fucking thing is with the MFTs is fighting over a gosh darn lantern that they still have yet to give me a real explanation as to why it's so damn important to him. Outside, it helps him see at night. What the fuck? We take a look back at Lash Legend costing Alexa Bliss a shot at the Women's U.S. Championship last week, and the attack post-match with an assist from Nia Jax. Backstage, Charlotte has returned, and Bliss is concerned about whether or not Flair was really sick last week. So she's already questioning her integrity as to why she wasn't there, if she was really sick or not. Last week, she didn't believe a fucking word that Nia Jax was saying. Now she's questioning it. Okay. Makes perfect sense to me, guys. Charlotte talks about the title opportunity she turned down for the sake of the team. But the pair reconcile before Bliss walks away. Flair looks to warm up some more before Nia Jax and Lash Legend show up to talk about Alexa's attitude being typical. Flair won't have any of it, refusing to listen their unsolicited advice before walking off, as Jax says Flair will just have to learn the hard way. So apparently now they're playing both sides, trying to get them both convinced that they shouldn't be a team. Wow, what creative geniuses right here. Holy fuck. If either one of these two turn on each other because of this lame-ass attempt to pull on both sides, trying to convince one or the other to not trust each other, is absolutely asinine and fucking stupid. Back at ringside, Julia and the funny thing is, by the way, that would actually make more sense to do that than anything else. Meaning splitting them apart, but in the sense of, like, in a different way. Like, those two really need to go their separate ways. We need to see them competing over singles championship gold instead of teaming together over worthless tag team titles in the women's division. Because let's face facts, guys. WWE looks at AEW as just a t-shirt company. I know I'm doing a lot of glazing of AEW, but don't get me wrong, I think AEW creatively are absolute fucking shit too. But my god, you claim that AEW wasn't competition, but all of a sudden AEW gets a World Tag Team title division for their women's roster, and all of a sudden the women's tag team titles become something important on this fucking program. Isn't that a fucking quinky dink or what? AEW has a pay-per-view event. They're just a t-shirt company. Nobody fucking cares about them. But oh, we gotta have a fucking random PLE made the same fucking day that a pay-per-view event's taking place on an AEW show. I fathom and try to understand the logic behind WWE. If you have no interest at all, no interest whatsoever to remotely care about AEW and do not consider them competition, you would not go out of your way to randomly just throw PLEs the same day at random that you had never had planned, but then decided all of a sudden, we're going to have a PLE or a Saturday Night's Main Event the same fucking day you're having a pay-per-view, but you're not competition. What a load of crap. TNA's now on fucking a mainstream television station, AMC. What does WWE do tonight? Oh, well, you know, TNA was in Texas. I don't know I think it was a taping or maybe a live event. I don't know. If it was a live event, okay, so this is even more weird. Leon Slater was the decision to go with to challenge for a WWE United States Championship, who is a current TNA X Division champion, to face Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title. Now, ain't that another fucking coinky dink or what? These people are fucking loads of shit. They are trying everything they can to fucking bury AEW. But they say they're just a t-shirt company and they're not competition. I don't know. Fucking AEW's numbers in the 500,000 range with Dynamite. And hell, Smackdown's creeping down to those same exact numbers. They just recently, last week, with Drew McIntyre winning the WWE title, didn't do shit. It couldn't even keep them above 1 million viewers. SmackDown drew under 1 million for the first time ever. I have never heard of them being under 1 million views. Now, I think they might have drew under 1 million views a couple of times, and like 3 different other times recently. Like, bro, you are just as shit as AEW. Fans aren't caring about storylines anymore. They've given up on it. Shit, you've done every fucking story known to man to even get anyone interested outside of rinse and repeating different storylines that have been done in the past and using new people to do them. So who fucking cares, really? I won't be surprised that pro wrestling will be in the fucking shit can, which it already is, but I mean officially forgotten about, like it's non-existent, all across the different promotions in the next 5 years. I really believe that. I don't think these companies are gonna hold up. These TV stations are fucking sick of their shit. They can't get nothing out of them. There's no fucking money to be made in it anymore. It's a dead concept. You have got to get your show to the basics. Storylines can be utilized within a sports-like atmosphere. The over-the-top gimmicks are dead. They're never going to get over. They need to go UFC-style type mentality. Wins and losses need to matter on these fucking shows. AEW is doing that. I was interested. They dropped it. They dropped the fucking ball on it. Yeah, they show the wins and loss records and all that funny bullshit, but they don't mean anything on the show. That's a problem. WWE Unreal. That should be their fucking show where they tell stories amongst the characters that wrestle on the Raw and SmackDown shows. That's what we should be getting with Unreal. That should be their third show. Raw and SmackDown should be wrestling based. Unreal should be like an hour-long show telling stories. That should be what WWE Unreal is about. Not giving us the behind the scenes of what's going on with their Mickey Mouse stories that they're not even really telling at all. They're not even putting effort into it. It's a bunch of Mickey Mouse bullshit. I mean, I'm just fucking sick of this damn product and really wrestling in general outside of the athletic competition that's involved in it, and sometimes that's even shit. But anyway, let me get to the end of this fucking review already, because I've been going on long enough. Let's see here. So what's next here? Saturday, the next match on the card was Matt Cardona versus Trick Williams. This was a decent match. These two worked very well together. I was pretty satisfied with the work. Trick Williams, excellent character. We've seen characters like this before, but I mean, given what WWE provides and what wrestling provides as a whole, I mean, he stands out at least, in a sense. The match was good. Trick Williams winning was the right decision in my book. I hope to see Matt Cardona at least kind of hovering around by the championship at some point, maybe getting a title opportunity. Him winning it, that's a fucking stretch. honestly. And at this point, with the age roster as a whole, I'd say they're about 45, maybe 42 to 45 years old, average age on this roster, man, in the main event scene. So Matt Cardona, I don't know, man. Anyway, Trick Williams celebrates on the outside, but is cut off by the arrival of Kit Wilson. Oh my god. This company is so fucking... You waste a celebration for Trick Williams to get interrupted by Kit Wilson? Are we really trying to get Kit Wilson pushed in the mid-card? Is that what we're trying to do? With his so-called toxic masculinity? Maybe you ought to talk to Tekla and the Triangle of Madness with their toxic mentality. And they ain't masculine, they're feministic. Okay? So, maybe you ought to talk about toxic feminism. How about that? Toxic masculinity. This fucking woke bullshit. People say that WWE's conservative? Fuck that shit. They're fucking liberals beyond belief. With this woke bullshit. These storylines with woke characters. That's what Kit Wilson is. That's what Seth Rollins' character is. With the fucking retarded getup. You'd think Kit Wilson should be part of the fucking vision with Seth Rollins. That's who should have been a part of the fucking vision. They had matching attires. They look fucking ridiculous. For males. Get the fuck out of here. Kit Wilson gets a pop from the crowd. The two just stare each other down. Yeah, like Kit Wilson was going to top Trick Williams. Sure. Turns his attention to Cardona, attacking him as the crowd pops. So we're going from Trick Williams and Matt Cardona having a match to being attacked by fucking Kit Wilson? Are we serious right now? Like, what the fuck are we doing? This is what we're wasting our time with. I don't fucking care to see Matt Cardona have a match with Kit Wilson. Anyway, backstage we hear from Damian Priest as he talks about needing to get past Drew for the Undisputed Championship. Faces Solo Sikoa up next, and Priest walks away as we head to commercial break. We return to the ring where Kit Wilson is actually in the middle of his promo. Oh, God. Saying they all need a solution, they all need him. He calls himself a tonic for toxic masculinity, but he is interrupted by Jacob Fatu, who nails him with a super kick. Thank Jesus. Jacob beats him up before sending Wilson out of the ring. He demands a microphone as he calls out Cody, saying if he has something to say to him, get out here right now. Sure enough, Cody makes his way out, as he makes a beeline for the ring. He charges at Fatu, and the two go at it until security rushes down to intervene. We see Nick Aldis in the ring as well, and Cody rushes over to get another lick in on Fatu as we go to a commercial break again. Now, I think I might have accidentally skipped a couple of segments here somehow. Let's see here. Yeah, I did. Before the Trick Williams segment, Cody actually cut a promo. He announced that he's going into the Royal Rumble. There was also a segment with Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss had a match. They won their match against Julia and Kiana James. So we booked Julia to win the U.S. Championship, I believe it was last week. And now she's already losing after gaining the U.S. Championship back. What a fucking joke. This is what we're doing here in WWE. After the match was over, Nia and Lash come in after the match, going after Flair and Bliss, but attacking Julia on the way in proves to be dangerous as the Women's U.S. Champion looks to get into it with them. James pulls her away from a potential scrap as we hear that up next is Cody Rhodes' promo. I'm not getting into all this. He pretty much says that he's starting to realize people are kind of getting tired of the same old. With Cody, he used to be the guy that would come out and say, what do you want to talk about? And that he's inserting himself into the Royal Rumble, guaranteeing his opportunity to possibly win the Royal Rumble so he could face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Mentions Jacob Fatu in the mix, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Okay, great. I don't fucking care. All this mumbo jumbo bullshit, I don't give a shit. Trick Williams, yeah, I already talked about that. This is where we left off, and with Kit Wilson in the ring. They had a brawl between Cody and Jacob Fatu after Jacob Fatu attacked Kit Wilson in the ring, with him saying he's going to be the cure to toxic masculinity. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's see here. What else? I just want to get through the rest of it. I think this has been going on long enough, this fucking review. Back at ringside, we actually do get a promo from Jacob Fatu saying that the lantern is going to bring him good luck. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, sure. It brought him nothing but fucking a curse. He lost his match to Damian Priest. So this lantern was supposed to bring him good luck. It's brought him nothing but bad luck. I'd figure Solo Sikoa would be the other heel in this match. We got 3 baby faces and 1 fucking heel. Are you gonna fucking tell me that Trick Williams is going to win this match and we're gonna have a heel versus heel match? If that happens, please, just fucking skip the match. Please. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn's winning. He won his match against Dragunov, which was a good matchup. Damian Priest beat Solo Sikoa. It was over a fucking lantern with distractions for Solo Sikoa as to why he lost the fucking match. I mean, like, you're worried about a fucking lantern. You're getting an opportunity to finally win a major championship for your freaking damn faction because nobody else on your faction's worth a damn anyway. And you're worried about a fucking lantern being returned back to the Wyatt Six. Are you fucking kidding me? The logic behind WWE is unbelievable. I don't even know what the fucking point of this. Like, come on, man. If you're gonna make the damn lantern mean something, you use Bray Wyatt as the fucking key element as to why it's so fucking important. Yet it wasn't utilized that way. I don't know. But yeah, Damian Priest wins the match thanks to the distractions. Damian leaves the ring, celebrate. Uncle Howdy enters the ring to retrieve the lantern. He's walking around laughing his ass off instead of getting the fuck out of that ring and then laughing his way up the fucking ramp with the lantern like a logical person would. No, he stands in the middle of the ring holding the lantern, laughing, and Tala Tonga boots him right in the fucking face, knocks him on his ass, and Solo Sikoa walks away with the lantern anyway. So the hunt for the lantern continues. Are we at Easter yet? Is the lantern a fucking Easter egg for the Wyatt Six to hunt down and find? Like, what the fuck is this shit? It's fucking January, it ain't even April yet, guys. The fuck are we doing here? Backstage, we see Sami Zayn as he's confronted by Drew McIntyre. Sami talks about going out there and going to war with Dragunov before looking to meet Drew at the Royal Rumble with the title on the line. Drew says the reality is, even if Sami makes it to the Royal Rumble, nothing will change. He's not beaten McIntyre before. He's lost, I believe, 11 times, and Sami has never beat him once. Sami just scruffles at it, this as he walks away. Like, no big deal. All it takes is one time, which is true. Carmelo Hayes. He has a match with Leon Slater from TNA, who's the X Division champion. A little plug-in for TNA, because God knows they can't get the fucking job done on their own. On AMC, because everyone on fucking media outlets are saying it was absolutely terrible for their debut show, apparently. I still need to go back and watch that, as I already mentioned. This match was good. It was really, really fucking good. I mean, almost to the level of Javon Evans and Leon Slater over the X Division title. At least this had an ending to it. Carmelo Hayes had a little bit of an issue with his knee. I don't know if this is a work or this is legit injury he's dealing with. But I hope it is a work, because it was telling a good story in the match. Hayes celebrates his win as we see Shinsuke Nakamura watching on. Apparently, Shinsuke Nakamura needs to have the U.S. title again. And Tama Tonga confronts him, mocking him for losing his shot at the U.S. title before saying he's got his sights set on the title after MFT win the tag team titles. Nakamura mocks him and clearly looking forward to a potential face-off down the line before walking away. Oh my, we're going to get Tama Tonga and Shinsuke Nakamura to reinvent what they probably have done in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Like anyone fucking knows any of this shit. Unless you're a diehard maniac for wrestling. The fuck out of here. Elsewhere, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae are confronted by Axiom for what he's been doing in recent weeks over a fucking mask. We got people stealing masks, lanterns. What the fuck is this shit? Gargano then gets blindsided by another Axiom. No, it's Nathan Frazier, and they run him down before we cut away. God. Next, we have Chelsea Green. We get an Obafemi video package. Again, still, we're getting this. The fuck out of here. Are we ever going to see this guy? Hopefully by the Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble match, he makes a nice little presence in the Royal Rumble itself, and we kickstart him from there. That's what I'm hoping for. Why they fucking have been throwing all these vignettes about him is beyond me. They could have just saved it for like a week before the Rumble and just announced that he's being in the Royal Rumble match itself. You don't have to show the same fucking video over and over and over again. He's a warrior, whatever the fuck he calls himself. He's probably going to be another flop because WWE cannot create any stars. They're shit. That's all there is. Jordynne Grace went up against Chelsea Green in an uneventful matchup. Nobody fucking cared. Hardly any crowd reaction. Jordynne Grace continues to be utilized fucking piss poor. At least they're pushing her for a championship match with Jade Cargill, but we all know that's not going to even... The title is not going to change hands. This is just giving Jade Cargill a W here in her run as a women's champion, because God knows she ain't got a fucking person to defend the damn title against, so Jordynne Grace is the best option to go with for this terrible title run she's on. Hopefully Bianca Belair returns to the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, and we actually get a story that means something where Jade Cargill loses to Bianca Belair and puts it on an actual star, and then gets some fucking stars around her to have her defend the title or lose the title too. But hey, you know, WWE knows best. We're all a bunch of idiots and we just bitch and complain. Sure, okay. and then tells us to fuck off. That's what you tell your customer, to go fuck off. It's real good stuff, let me tell you. But yeah, after the match is over with Jordynne Grace gets on the microphone and thanked the champ for watching tonight, as she gets a chance to see what's coming to her. But if she's tired of just babysitting that title, come step up. This riles up Jade as she steps onto the apron to confront Jordynne Grace, and we see Chelsea Green getting back up as she charges at Jordynne, who sidesteps Chelsea and forcing her to collide with Jade Cargill instead. Chelsea backs away as Grace picks up the title, smiling as she stares down an angry Jade Cargill before we cut away. Backstage, Trick Williams talks about the Fatal 4-Way at Saturday night's main event before he's interrupted by Damian Priest, who says the two of them are free next Friday before challenging him to a match for Smackdown. I don't apologize. That's just laundry getting done in the background. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, like, why are we having Damian Priest and Trick Williams having a match before a Fatal 4-Way match, which is the next night? What is the point of that? I don't get this company, guys. I really don't. This company is a bunch of bullshit. With that, we get Dragunov versus Sami Zayn to finish out the show. This was a good match. Sami Zayn picks up the victory. And that's pretty much it. Trick Williams, after the match, gets in, attacks Sami Zayn with a cheap shot from the blind side of Sami Zayn. He mocks Sami as he stands tall to bring Smackdown to a close. Now, I can imagine maybe WrestleMania match would be between Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. That's the direction I think they're probably going to go, despite my, booking fantasy booking decision here. I think that that's probably the match that Sami Zayn's going to have. I don't know how the hell you book this match. Neither one of these two can take a loss. Obviously, if you're having a match at WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia, you're going to have Sami Zayn win the WWE title if he doesn't win it at the Royal Rumble this year. I mean, I don't know the fucking logic behind this company, but I don't know. If they choose to go with Braun Breaker not winning the Rumble, by all means, that's all I need. It will take a lot off my plate. I can focus on other wrestling companies that try different things despite the fact that they're nowhere near the level of a WWE. I will admit that WWE is the juggernaut of all wrestling promotions, but let's be truthful here. They're very insecure with themselves. They're utilizing TNA as a fucking pawn to battle AEW, as if AEW is trying to fight off the knights of WWE before they can enter into the kingdom of WWE and be a threat to WWE. I mean, like, this fucking shit's outrageous. I mean, really, it is. It really is. But don't worry, guys. AEW is just a t-shirt company who's failing miserably. WWE's failing miserably. And TNA had a drastic, terrible fucking debut on AMC. I think they're all failing. As a whole, wrestling is failing beyond belief. I mean, you got two guys that I watch on JD from New York 206's channel, JD and Jesse, who's the Chi-Town Smark. That's the name of his YouTube channel. They both even said it. If there weren't content creators on YouTube, they would have no interest in watching any kind of wrestling because they feel like wrestling as a whole is a complete and utter fucking failure. And these are hardcore wrestling fans saying this shit. That is heavy. And me, I feel the same way, really. I really do. I honestly don't know if I'm going to continue to keep watching wrestling as a whole. I mean, I'm not even making money off this shit. I have a 9-to-5 job. I bet on sports. I just won today in betting. I've been killing it on sports bets this week. Outstanding fucking week, really. Doing over and unders on player props. I have more interest in that than I do in this wrestling shit. And it helps me make money. I can't even bet on wrestling. And I'm not even talking about winning a lot of money. I'm talking about winning $10 maximum. I'm betting on favorites and, like, only can bet $10 on underdogs. I mean, like, give me a fucking break here. At least there's some fucking money in my pocket. But, honestly, this shit's worthless. It really is. This wrestling as a whole is fucking worthless. But I'm trying to build this channel, but I can't sit another day after the Royal Rumble if Braun Breaker ain't winning that Royal Rumble match itself. If I see Cody, Roman Reigns win, I can't do this. I just can't. It is absolutely idiotic to me. But hey, you know, what do I know? I'm just a guy here who supposedly bitches and complains. And don't worry, Trips. If you decide to make Braun Breaker not win this Royal Rumble, who should be the odds-on favorite and the number one guy you should be booking to win this fucking thing, unless it's Sami Zayn, don't worry. I will be fucking off. I will be off your shit completely. Forever. I'm dead ass serious. I am never going back to this fucking company. Because damn straight, they are telling you, there ain't nobody getting fucking built in this company, motherfuckers. So you're either going to like what you got now until they all retire and we go belly up, or otherwise, get lost. My attitude is, I ain't staying while the fucking, the boat is sinking. With the ship sinking. I ain't staying. It's one thing if you're sinking and you're trying to build new stars and you're trying to look for a way out of the hole you dug yourself in and you just can't. That's one thing. WCW was doing that. They were trying to look for new names, people that have already been established in the company. They went with Jeff Jarrett, Booker T. They went with Scott Steiner. I think he had a fucking outrageous and crazy run with the WCW title. Actually, he had the longest run in that year as WCW champion, which is fucking insane, but they had a champion every fucking week. And, you know, they actually tried to go with some new faces along the way through 2000, and then after that, it just kind of just went bye-bye. But you know what's funny? WCW back in 2000 was at least pulling 2 million viewers a week between Nitro and Thunder. You see any of these wrestling promotions doing that? Fuck no. You want to know why? Because they're all failing miserably. Nobody fucking cares about this shit no more. It's mindless bullshit. It's brain rot, really. The more I watch this shit, the more I feel like my brain's just decomposing as we speak. It's fucking pathetic. I'd rather watch real sports. If you want to go ahead and get people interested, make it like it's an authentic sport. Have wins and losses, ranking systems, all of those things. AEW is doing it, but, you know, they had something and they just drop it like a bad habit. Kind of like their storylines. They have something going, they drop it. WWE's doing the same thing. They had some storylines last year. They dropped them like a bad habit and forgot all about it, like as if it never existed. this company and all of them are all shit. But at least I'll go with someone that actually has new faces, new people, different names rotating around that we don't see always at the top. Unless it's MJF, I'm perfectly fine with MJF staying at the top forever because the guy's fucking in his late 20s, going into his early 30s, and he's magnificent at what he does. So, I think the only way you could ever get me to watch WWE again if they don't have Braun Breaker win is MJF going to WWE. That's the only way I'd watch. So Braun Breaker better be winning at the Royal Rumble in 2 weeks, because if he isn't, fuck WWE, and I'll just go fuck off. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And, again, like I said, if Braun Breaker don't win the Royal Rumble, WWE's reviews will not be on this channel anymore, because I can't sit through this shit no more if they can't go ahead and try to go with newer stars. And that's all I have to say about that. AEW will continue to get reviews. I will probably start covering TNA, even if they're shit, because they at least try to go with new people. I mean, they had Frankie Kazarian win the TNA title. When the fuck has he ever won a fucking world title anywhere? I mean, at least they're trying to do something different. And they went with Mike Santana to win the world title. I mean, despite the fact of how they did it, I mean, regardless, it still is worth something. And I may even resubscribe to New Japan Pro Wrestling and give you guys some reviews on their events. And that might be what I do here on this channel, because this shit, nah, ain't working for me, pal. Can't do it. But anyway, guys, again, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.